Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the final figure in the first wave of TMNT Ultimates from Super 7. This is Splinter. And I do apologize because I reviewed the other three figures in this wave quite a while ago and just kind of forgot about Splinter. And that's certainly not anything against Splinter because this figure looks fantastic. First off, packaging. This is the slipcover. Has the TMNT logo here on the back, which looks very nice. Then you have that kind of manhole cover that they have for all these guys with Splinter's head. If we go ahead and flip this off, you can see the figure inside. And again, he looks fantastic. And I mean, the way they can get these figures to look so much like the original toys still astounds me. It just really, it's immediately brings nostalgia to me because I had the original Splinter and the head sculpt looks perfect. I absolutely love it. You can see he comes with a ton of accessories here. And I absolutely love this packaging. You have a little bio for Splinter here on the back. So you want to go ahead and read that. Otherwise, you have that kind of like, you know, brick wall, subway look. I'm not really sure exactly what it's supposed to be, but just kind of a cool graffiti, you know, brick wall. The packaging's fantastic. The figure looks amazing. I'm going to go ahead and get him out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here's Splinter out of the packaging, and I think he looks really good. They really nailed the nostalgic look. Like I said, that head sculpt is absolutely perfect. My only real problem with him is that the feet are kind of weird, and he doesn't stand all that great. Now, you can use his tail as kind of a tripod third leg to get him to stand, which isn't a problem. But if you were hoping to get some dynamic, you know, tail raised poses, I don't really think that's going to happen. You'd have to kind of get him to shift like most of his weight forward to balance it, because he doesn't really have any heels, which is the problem. And also, the feet on mine are a little weird. So he's got pretty typical leg articulation. There's a hinge there. There's a kick to the front. Can't really kick back that far because he's got kind of a butt skirt. Kick out to the side, which is all really nice. You do have a hinge in the knee, and you have a swivel there. You have a hinge and a swivel above the ankle, and then you have a swivel, kind of a rock side to side in the ankle. But for some reason, the rock side to side on this one is kind of jammed up. And I've tried to kind of move it, and I can't get it to free itself. And I feel like if I keep trying, I'm going to break it off the peg, so I really don't want to do that. So the hinge on this one works fine. And the swivel has gotten kind of loose, unfortunately. Otherwise, you know, all the hip and knee articulation is the same. But it's also adding to the problem of trying to get him to stand. The fact that I can't really tilt this how I want it, and the fact that this ankle joint's gotten a little loose, is also kind of, you know, giving me a trouble having him stand. So I kind of really have to rely on that tail tripod maneuver. And it really just makes him look like he's standing on his ankle weird. Like he must be in a ton of pain because I just cannot get that to go. And it's really a shame. And I know it's going to get to be one of those where I'm just going to get frustrated with it and I'm going to break it by accident. And I really don't want to get there. So I'm trying to do what I can, but unfortunately, the leg on mine's a little messed up. But continuing on with the articulation, the head doesn't really move all that much. I feel like it's supposed to move further up or down, but it doesn't really. You can certainly move it side to side, no problem. I think it's a ball joint, because you can kind of move it around. I just think it's like a barbell joint, basically. You have a nice hinge here in the shoulder, as well as a rotation. You have a nice elbow joint that also has a rotation. You have a nice hinge in the wrist as well as a rotation. And then I don't think there's anything in the waist. I think that's all one solid piece. You do see he comes with a cloth gi. He also has a hard plastic one that I'll put him in a little bit later. I don't know if that's going to limit his articulation or not, but I guess we'll find out. So yeah, overall, I think he's a great looking figure and he 100% looks like the original toy. I just wish the ankle on mine wasn't messed up, and I also wish he could stand a little better. Now, like I said, if I could get this to tilt at the angle I needed it to, he might stand a lot better. I don't know, but I'd rather not separate his foot from his body, so I'm just going to use his tail to get him to stand up. But yeah, other than that, he looks really good. So here he is with the all rubber gi, and I honestly can't decide which one I like more. I think this one actually looks pretty good. It fits pretty well, form-fitting. Getting this off was definitely interesting because I thought I was supposed to undo the strap here on the belt, but then it's sewed together. So you just kind of have to use the elastic to kind of get it over one arm and off the other and then off the body, and then you can take the cloth off. So I think they're both good. Honestly, I can't decide which one I like better. This belt definitely feels more like the original toy. I will say that. I will say that this doesn't really peg in all that well. I feel like it should peg a lot better than it does. You can see it's got a nice big peg and there's a peg hole right there. But it's just, I think because it's soft rubber, it doesn't really want to get in there. I don't know why. I guess if I could really... it'll stay. I mean, it'll be fine, but I definitely think because of this belt is more authentic to the original toy that I kind of like this one better. But both look good. Now, the one thing I did want to show you before I have to unpeg this again, he actually does have a joint there in the chest, as you can see, that I missed earlier. So that does move, so that's nice. And then, of course, I didn't show off his tail. So he's got a hinge as well as a rotation at the base. And then he's got just a rotation where the gray piece meets the brown. So, but yeah, pretty cool. I'm going to try and get this pegged on again. This is really my only problem with the rubber gi. Because it's so loose, it doesn't peg in all that well. I wish there was kind of a real definitive like pop on, but this doesn't really have like a lip or anything on the peg that once you pegged it in it would stay. So that's like the only thing I feel like that's missing. But it still looks pretty good. Let me see if I can get this tail to stay up. There we go. All right, so I feel like I can't really get him in any like dynamic poses. He always just looks kind of weird. Maybe if I put this foot back, maybe something like this. Let's try that. It's a little better. I mean, I'm no good at posing figures anyway, but I really feel like because this foot really doesn't want to help him out. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. All right, let's get into his accessories, of which he does have several. So right off the bat, he comes with 2 tiny throwing stars, pretty much the same as everybody else so far. Nothing super exciting there. He does come with the classic walking stick that slides off to reveal the blade. That is direct from the original toy. And you can see the blade has been painted silver, so that's very nice. Slides right on there, and you can use that as a walking stick. Or he comes with kind of a more cartoon accurate, like gnarled walking stick, which I think is a nice touch. He comes with several sets of hands. So he's got kind of 2, I'll say, like karate posing hands. Maybe like for chopping wood, which is pretty cool. He comes with 2 closed fists. And then he comes with 2 like open hands. So if you wanted to kind of do posing or maybe hold items, things like that. And then he's got the kind of generic open like holding hands right out of the box. So 4 sets of hands all together, which is really nice. He's also got this super tiny little unmutated turtle, which I think is a really nice touch. I think that's really fun. He's nicely painted. It looks great. Then he's got this steaming cup of tea, which I think is a really fun accessory. Let me see if I can actually get this into his hand. Unfortunately, the hands are like really closed tight. And so getting him to hold something like this is a little difficult, but hopefully not impossible. Because normally you'd want to try to get his fingers through the mug there, or the handle of the mug rather. Yeah, so this is apparently not happening. Let's see if we can try maybe one of these. This might be our best bet. I feel like I'm probably missing something obvious. Let's try the other one maybe. I'm sure he can hold it because I've seen pictures online of him holding it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Yeah, I don't know. They're really closed tight, these fists, as you can see. I don't know if that's intentional or if I should try to open these up a little bit, but I mean, I'm assuming for something like the walking stick, you'd want it to be, but even that seems too tight. Because how is he supposed to hold on to any of these things? Like, even this doesn't feel right. I don't know. I just feel like he needs a little bit more open set of hands. Like, these don't need to be closed as tight as they are. But they're not really meant to give it all. Like, they're hard plastic molded, so it's not like I can I can't pull them open with my hands to get something in there. Like that's it. It's that tight, and that's all you can do with it. So that's kind of a bummer. I don't really know how he's supposed to hold his tea. I love the accessory. I just think it looks great, but I don't really know how I can get him to hold it. I'll have to play with that a little bit more. He also comes with this bow, which is nice, and it actually fires. It's really well done, nicely painted. And then he comes with 3 arrows, and you can see that the arrowheads are painted, and they actually have like little nocks on the end, so you can actually fire this. And I mean, I've been shooting it around the room, trying not to lose them, but you can put this on here. Of course, now I can't get it to work. Come along, there we go. So I mean, I'm gonna try to just do a tiny one, just to. Okay, that just went who knows where. So oh, here it is. Here it is. So it really fires. It really fires well. You could, if you really went crazy with it, you could fling these things all over the place. So they do give you 3 arrows, which I think is nice. Very, very cool. I kind of wish he came with a quiver to put them in. I don't remember if the original toy had a quiver or not. I feel like it did, but maybe I'm thinking of the movie version of Splinter they did later on. That's possible. I may be thinking of that. Because I think when they did the movie Turtles, they did one for Splinter from Secret of the Ooze, and he had a bow and arrow in that movie. So I think they may have given him a quiver at that point. But either way, very, very cool. You also get the weapons rack version, where you get all the things I just described, but done in this like light brown color, just like the original toys, which is a really nice touch. So I always love that they include these. I never take them off the weapons rack, but I love that they're here. So he comes with a lot of accessories, and overall I think the figure looks really good. I think mine just has some QC issues. Unfortunately, while I was trying to fix the one part of his like ankle joint that won't move, the rest of his ankle joint got really loose. And so the top swivel for his ankle joint and the hinge are kind of really loose now. And whenever I try to stand him up, as soon as the pressure goes on that ankle, it crumbles and it just looks like he falls down, which is really a shame. Because he's a cool figure, I just feel like I can't get him in any kind of good dynamic poses because he just can't really like take the pressure on that leg. I don't know. And I mean, again, I'm just not really good at posing action figures, so if I could come up with something a little better, I would. And I do like the look of having the tail up, but he's just really top heavy. But maybe if I did something like that, that's kind of cool. That worked. It's just because he doesn't really have any heels, so you kind of have to make sure that the pressure's on the front of his feet. And you can see that they're kind of meant to be that way. He's meant to kind of be poised on the balls of his feet. It's just about balance. It's just about finding that balance. That works. I guess I have to use his tail to balance him like a T-Rex. That makes sense. So other than that, I think his accessories are great. I wish his hands were... Like, I really like the kind of karate posing hands. And I like the open hands. I just feel like between the open hands and these like normal grasping hands, I can't really get him to hold anything. And that seems weird to me. Like, I guess I could do something like this and just kind of put his hand like that, but that doesn't really look all that great. I guess that would work. But then why, like it doesn't, I feel like this hand is not meant for that because then why is the one finger? I feel like that's like a ninja pose kind of a thing. And it's not really conducive to what I got going on here. And then when I get things like this with the walking stick, like this would probably fit in here if I kind of smash this in hard enough, but it doesn't really feel like it's meant to. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. These hands did not need to be closed so tight. And that's really the problem. They're just a little too closed, and that's a shame. But otherwise, he's really a great figure. I really like the look of him. I think the design is perfect. I have a little bit of a QC issue with my ankle, but other than that, assuming yours doesn't have an ankle problem like mine does, I think you would be good to go. Like, the only thing I would complain about if I didn't have the ankle problem would be that these hands are just a little too closed, so it's hard to get accessories in. But the wealth of accessories he comes with is really nice. I like that he has both a cloth version and a rubber version of the gi. I think that's really nice. The nostalgic weapon rack is also a really nice touch. So I love everything that he comes with. Let me see. What if I try to give him... Let's give him a karate pose hand. Why not? Since I can't get these hands to hold anything anyway. Let's try... Let's do... There we go. That's in. And then we'll do a closed fist for this one. And then we'll do something like... Maybe we can bend this up. And then give him a... something like this, maybe? I wish I could get a little bit more bend in the elbow here. And I wish this could kind of come across more. But yeah, maybe something like that. Like he's in a ninja ready pose. I also kind of wish that the head could kind of look more, instead of just completely rotating. But I guess that's alright. So yeah, maybe something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm no good at posing figures, but I do know that the ankle on mine is a little bummed, and he really can't, because I can't get him to, well, maybe if I bend it, maybe we have to bend it more like Baxter Stockman's feet, give him that really hard angle so he can sit on the balls of his feet. Yeah, maybe that's what I need to do. Something like that. Well, I'll figure it out. In any case, I think it's a good figure. Ultimately, I really do think it's a good figure. I just think he has a little trouble holding accessories, and the ankle on mine is a little bummed out. But other than that, it's a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.